Hello, everybody. My name is Lisa, and I live in Washington State in the United States. And I am one of the English teachers here on Verbling.com. And in this hour, I'm going to be having an English conversation class. So, if you are interested in practicing your speaking skills in English, you can join the class by clicking on the Join Class button. So the Join Class button is just right up above the video that you see when you are on the Verbling.com classes page. So you will see whatever class is, excuse me, you will see whatever class is currently happening, whichever one is happening right now, and we switch at this time. So at the end of every hour, there's a teacher or two or three that is just finishing up. So each teacher finishes up their class, and then another teacher or two or three, they start their classes. So I'm starting a new class right now because it is, well, for me, it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon on Saturday. So for you, it's probably a different time. But so yeah, so this hour is going to be a conversation class. So you are going to have a chance to practice your speaking. We will be having an informal conversation class where we're just going to talk about the everyday things that people talk about when they get together. So we're going to talk about families, hobbies, things that we like to do, food, things like that. They're usually fun things to talk about. So if you would like to join, just click on the Join Class button and join me and also now Godfried. Hi, Godfried. How are you doing? Hi, Godfried.
Oh, hi, fine, thank you. I was having a little connection problems because
Oh,
it
okay.
is, I think it's a little
Yes.
bit delayed.
Is it delayed a little bit?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And hi there, Laura. How are you?
I'm fine, Lisa. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing well, except for having a little bit of a my throat is making me cough. I had a cold for like 3 weeks and it was coughing a lot, and even still it's not like 100% better. If I'm talking a lot, then my voice gets a little scratchy and have to swallow and How have
Take
you
it easy.
been? Yeah, have you
Well,
been
fine.
healthy this winter so far?
Well, it's going fine. Yep.
Yeah. In Spain, do a lot of people get sick around this time? Because I'm asking
Yes.
because I've noticed here in my neighborhood and in my town, a lot of people have had this kind of just cough with congestion and things like that.
Flu. Mm-hmm.
Not so much the flu, like luckily not really the flu, but just more like coughing a lot and just kind of not feeling 100%, But yeah, some people
Yeah,
have had the flu. Yeah,
yeah, it's very common here.
yeah, common there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what about you, Gottfried? In Canada, where you are you staying healthy?
Yes, sure.
Sure. It
Yes.
sound, you make
I,
it sound
I,
like it's easy.
I don't remember the last time I was sick, so
Really?
it
Oh,
has been many years without flu or thing like that.
that's nice. What's your
Even
secret?
though, no, I don't know. Maybe I
You don't
get
know?
um, a strong defenses back in Mexico because there are a lot of people in there. So I'm not sure about it, but I think the weather here is very nice.
Uh-huh. Well, good. And hi there, Rocco. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. We're just getting started with the class, and I have to keep clearing my throat. So we're talking about being healthy, and has everybody been healthy this winter? Have you been pretty
Oh,
healthy this winter?
yes. Fortunately, I'm quite healthy in general. That's true. Although I
Uh-huh.
don't look after me very much, I'm lucky.
Yeah, that's nice. Yes. Well, I have 3 kids, and we have a lot of friends around, so sometimes it's easy to give each other, like, we get coughs and things, with all the kids. So,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
miracle that you survive.
Yeah. Mustafa, how are you? Mustafa, are you there? I'm looking at the picture. It's very pretty. Water. Mustafa, I'm not hearing you, so if you are talking, your microphone is not muted, but maybe there's something. Hear something. Maybe your connection or something, or headphones, or it's kind of making a weird sound. You could try refreshing your page and going out of the Google Hangouts and then coming back in. Sometimes that helps. Okay, well, so today for this hour, we're going to be just having an informal conversation, and I'm going to be asking some general questions that are very common for people to ask you when they're getting to know you, if they're your friends, and just, normal things like, how you've been and what you like to do. So I'm going to start off with asking everybody to tell me a little bit about their families. So that's always a topic of conversation, and you've probably had this practice before, but it's always a good idea to keep practicing how you say these types of things. Sometimes you might want to add some more details to give people more information to keep the conversation going, and sometimes you don't need as many details. But here, for the class, for the purposes of the class, it's good if you can kind of give a little bit longer answer. So that helps you to be able to speak a little bit longer, and then that way when you're having a conversation, it doesn't seem so much like an interrogation, so that I'm just asking you a lot of questions. But if I ask some questions and then you take a while to answer, then we get more information, and it's more fun that way. So, Raquel, how about I start with you? Why don't you tell us a little bit about your family? So, for example, that can mean anything. So, I don't know what situation you're in. Are you married? Do you have kids? Do you live at home? But you can tell me what you want to tell me about your family.
Okay, I'm single, but I belong to a very closely knit family. We are 6 children, and I'm the youngest of all of them. I
Wow, you're
have,
the baby.
yes, I am the spoiled one, and I am
Yeah.
spoiled. I have to admit, I have to confess,
Yes.
I am. I was, I am, and I will be. And but
Nice.
we are now, let's say, more or less 23, 24 people in that
Wow.
family, because my brothers all, and sister, my siblings, they all have children, and my nephews and nieces have started to go out with people. So now the fiancés are coming to our
Oh, wow.
parties and our dinners. So it's like when we meet together, we are around 25 people.
Wow.
And tomorrow we
That's
have a meal together, all together. And we are, let's say, 24 people, because there is one missing.
Hmm. And do you all live in the same town?
Well, one of them lives 60 kilometers away from where I live. He lives
Oh,
in
okay.
Madrid, so it's only 60 kilometers. Yes. And we see
Uh-huh.
each other, we see one another very often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
But
everybody
we
else
have a lot of,
lives, you have a lot of what?
yes, we all live in the same town. Yes.
Hmm. Wow.
Yes.
What town do you live
Yeah.
in Spain?
Well, it's a very small town. It's very close to Madrid,
Oh,
in
okay.
the city
Mm-hmm.
center. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you have never heard about it. I'm sure it's really small. And what else? I can tell you that that okay, unfortunately, my parents are ill now, so that's something that has linked the family more closely, and that's why we see each other. Can I say we see one another very often because we usually meet at my parents, and we see there. We meet more to take care of especially my mother. She has Alzheimer, so. Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Does she still live though at home, at her home?
Yes, we have people taking care of her.
Oh, I see.
Around the clock service, but she's at home. Yes, at the moment she's.
And so you have 6 brothers and sisters, and you're the youngest, or you have 5 brothers and sisters?
I have 4 brothers and 1 sister. We are 6.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, wow. And so when you get together, like, do you get together for Christmas? And do you always meet at your parents' house?
Well, for Christmas, if you mean Christmas, we usually meet at one of their children's home. That is one of my brothers and sisters. Yes, because our house is not bigger than these days. But for example, tomorrow we're going to have lunch in a restaurant. We are too many people.
Too many, yeah, restaurants easier.
Yes, the host gets lazy.
Yeah. Wow. Was it fun growing up in the house with all those kids?
Yeah, but I think yes. For me it was great. But I follow the person I follow. My sister is 5 years older than me, so let's say they are very close in age. But I am, let's say, okay. They are the same age more or less. So there is not much difference. So for them it was funnier because they went out together. They had the same friends. But me, it was a bit more apart.
You were much young, a little bit younger, so you had a different group of friends or something.
Yeah, but my brothers went together and they did things together.
Yeah. Okay, great, thank you. And we have some more people that have been joining us. So hi there, Claudio, welcome. And welcome to Paul.
Thanks. Hey, Lisa.
Yeah, sure. I think we have a little bit of delay, so I noticed that I hear myself and it's a little bit delayed, so I have to deal with that. And Mustafa, did you get your microphone working? It's not working, so I'm thinking maybe if you refresh the page, it'll work better. Okay, Laura, how about you go next? Paul and Claudio, we're just having some conversation about family right now, so everybody is just telling everybody else a little bit about their family, and I was telling everybody that during this hour to try to give a little bit more detail. Sometimes, you know, when I'm asking the questions, it can feel like I'm interrogating you or something, but it's a good practice for your English to give more information. So when somebody asks you a question, rather than just answering with a simple answer, you can give more information about the question. So in this case, we just heard from Raquel, and she was telling us about her family, and she has a lot of brothers and sister, and we heard a little bit about her mom and her dad and where they live, and so now Laura is going to tell us about her family. Laura?
Yes. Let's see. First of all, I'm hearing some extra noise. I don't think it's.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna mute. I think Mustafa's having some. If everybody can mute themselves when they're not talking, that's usually the best. Is that better?
Okay, thank you. I think so. Yeah. Yes. Let's see. I have a not very much large family. because
Mhm.
we are my parents for sure, my brother and I have some aunts and some uncles too, but they are living in a different part of Spain, so it's not very normal to mix together. And then a few years ago, I think about 6 years ago, my father passed away. So he's my mother only here. And it's very funny because we live in the same building. So my brother and his wife are living downstairs. I'm living on the first floor with my husband, and my mother lives on the fourth floor. So that is very funny because we are all day long together, and
Wow.
but sometimes it's like we have different lives. But for friends, for instance, at dinner time, we normally go together. We talk together about the day, about the things and how is the life is going on. And yeah,
Mhm.
more or less, I have an uncle who is living very near. Is the my mother's brother.
Mhm.
He's a doctor and he has a wife and two children. And yeah,
Mhm.
it's this the part of the family we are very very close. And I have a different part of my family who come from my father. So they are living in a different part of Spain, and
Mhm.
we are in touch by telephone mostly. And
Mhm.
sometimes once a year they come here or we go there to visit and
Mhm.
to be in touch.
Wow. So, how long have you been living in the same building as your brother and your mom?
The first person who came here to this building was me
Uh-huh.
and my husband, and
Yeah.
then my mother lost my father, so she was widow, and
Uh-huh.
she was living not very near, about 30 kilometers from here, from the center.
Mhm.
So I suggest her to come here and stay in a different apartment because she wanted to have her life apart from me. And yeah, because yeah, she's very independent and she's very young.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Uh-huh.
and then my brother came with his wife, and yeah, we are all together now.
And how many other people live in the building?
I think we have five levels.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have three apartments in each one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Wow.
mm, not very big.
That's yeah, that's nice. So, do you see each other like every day then, or do you sometimes just do your own thing?
Sometimes we try to get together at dinner time. Normally,
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
travel because of my work, so I'm not here. So as the same as my husband, but
Yeah.
every time we are here, for instance, we get together to have lunch today,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's a kind of family life, and very funny because if you are not in the mood to be with them, you just stay apart and nothing happens. But it's very easy because if you are boring or you want to go to the movies or something, just
Yeah.
go upstairs and say, well, we are going to do this thing or this other thing. It's
Yeah.
very funny.
Yeah, that's nice. That's cool. Um, cool. All right. Well, oh, I also wanted to know how what is the age difference between you and your brother?
We have only 1 year and a half.
Oh, okay.
I'm
So
the
you're
younger.
close in
I'm the
age.
younger, yeah,
Okay.
but we are very
Uh-huh.
close.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's more or less the same age, if
Mhm.
you think. But for my parents, I was the girl, the small girl, the cute girl,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's. I feel like we are having 10 years different. Not now, but when I was a child, it was horrible because
Oh,
my
yeah.
brother, was able to do a lot of things, and I had no permission to go some places alone or this kind of thing. So
Yeah.
only because I yeah, I was supposed to be different than my brother, and yeah, it was
Mm,
something different.
for being a girl. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, okay, Godfried, how about you? Tell us a little bit about your family.
Well,
How many are there?
we Mexicans are very close to each other.
Yes.
So my family, although it's very small, my direct family, my father, my mother, I have two sisters, and
Uh-huh.
but as many families in my country, we have a strong relation with other relatives like my grandmother, my grandfather,
Mm-hmm.
and everything. We also have uh, very large meetings in some
Oh.
days
Uh-huh.
because it's very common that people in my country, even
Mm-hmm.
when live in different cities, they take very serious family
Mm-hmm.
celebrations or something. Also, we are Catholics, and then every celebrations we have many
Mm-hmm.
celebrations through the year. We um, try to be together. So, my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother from my father
Mm-hmm.
had seven sons, seven. There
Wow.
are seven brothers. So I have a lot of cousins. So it's very hard
Yeah.
with that part of the family. It's very hard, and we have also a very close relation with the family of my mother, which has only one sister.
Mm,
And my grandfather passed away a long time ago. I never meet
mm,
him, but
mm-hmm.
uh, we are in touch with that part of the family, and I know
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it, but the father of my grandfather from
Your
my
great
mother.
grandfather?
Yes,
Yeah. You have your great
he
grandfather?
yes, he lived 102 years,
Wow.
and I had the chance to meet him, and he had I think three wives, so that part of the family is very extensive.
Yeah, well, he lived a long time.
Yes,
We say he outlived them all, probably.
yes, yes, yes.
So your sisters, are they older or younger than you?
I'm younger than me. One of my sisters is um, pneumologist.
Uh-huh.
She's a pneumologist. Is working back in Mexico, and my youngest sister is studying medicine as well, but now he's in London,
Oh. In
UK.
London, Canada or
No,
London,
no, no,
England?
no, London, England.
England, okay. Wow, so you're in Canada and she is in England.
Yes,
Wow.
but only for the vacation, the holidays.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I see.
yes, but
Yes.
she really is studying back in my country. In
And has anybody come to visit you yet in Canada? Any your sisters or your mom or dad?
no
No.
one has come. No,
Yeah.
even it was very hard for me because this is the first time I don't have the chance to travel back with my family. So I
Oh,
think
okay.
uh, I feel very lonely.
Yeah. Do you talk to them often, like by on Skype or Google
Sure, sure.
Hangouts or something like that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I talk with them almost once a week, so we have a very
Uh-huh.
strong relationship with my father
Yeah.
and my mother.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you for sharing. And Mustafa, I'm gonna keep trying. Is your microphone working now? I don't know what the problem is. Claudio, how about we go to you next, and you can tell us a little bit about your family.
Well, my nuclear family it's rather small,
Mm-hmm.
um, but my big family is it's really large. I mean,
Mm.
uh, my mom passed away a few years ago. I
Mm-hmm.
have a brother. I have two siblings, a brother, and my little sister.
Mm.
They are 21 and 15. My
Oh,
brother's
15 only. Wow.
yeah. My
Mm-hmm.
brother is studying some of these new careers, technological careers like
Mm.
digital communication and multimedia.
Uh-huh.
Well, they made web websites and stuff like that,
Uh-huh.
and
Stuff
3D
like that.
videos. Yeah,
Oh, okay. 3D videos?
yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my sister is in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my family is from Barcelona in Spain. And they
Oh.
are so we don't share much of the Chilean traditions. Well, so
Oh,
some
really?
of these, yeah.
So, wait a
Uh,
minute. Okay. Wait. Got to clarify something here. So, you're from Barcelona, but who's from Barcelona? Your mom or your dad, or all of you were born in
no,
Spain, or
my dad, just my
your
dad.
dad? Okay. Just
Yeah.
your dad. But you were born in Chile, and
Uh
your
huh.
mom was from
Yeah.
Chile. Okay. I see. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
um, I don't know what else.
So,
Well,
do you have people like cousins or something like that in Spain? Do you have any connection to Spain still, or not really?
yeah, but
Like grandparents or
they're very cold relations.
uh-huh.
I mean, my
Uh-huh.
Chilean family is more is closer.
I see.
Um,
Okay.
and it's very funny. My big family, they are love affairs and it's, so some of
Lots
my
of
uncles, yeah,
lots of action.
yeah, a lot of
Lots of
action, yeah,
action in the family.
yeah. My
That's normal.
yeah, you think?
Yeah, that's what it means to be human.
Ah,
That's
yeah,
the story of humans, yes.
yeah. So we keep finding new uncles everywhere.
New uncles, new cousins, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Family keeps expanding.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you live at home with your dad and your sister and stuff, or do you live
No,
on your
no.
own? No.
I'm living on my own for my studies.
Oh, okay.
They live
Uh-huh.
in the capital, and I live in by the ocean, in the coast.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Is that where you studied?
No, no,
Or
I moved here. I move out here. We
hmm
move here. Well, move in,
hmm
move out. No, no.
you can say that you moved out there because it's from the city to out to the beach area or to the coast. Yeah.
Yeah, that's more comfortable here. Um,
Oh, okay. For
there's a
studying.
yeah, a better climate, very uh,
hmm
beach, the beach, and yeah,
Nice.
we're
So how
having
often?
in the city like
Yeah.
90 degrees Fahrenheit
Oh my
right
gosh.
now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's hot.
yeah, you cannot sleep at night. You cannot
Yeah.
concentrate. Yeah, and the air is
So
always like stuffed. I don't know, like
yeah. like hard to breathe and stuff and
Yeah.
hot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like any city, I think.
Yes, with lots of people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Great. All right, Paul. How
Okay.
about you, Paul? Share with us a little bit about your family.
Well, my family consists of my mother and my father. They live separately, and I live in a small flat in the suburbs of Moscow. Well, suburb regions, yeah. Well, what about my grandparents and my grandparents? Well, they all lived in the Tambov region. It's maybe 800 kilometers from Moscow, and
Wow.
my grandmother came to Moscow after the World War II. She helped uh, to Russian soldiers to in saving their lives. She, how to say,
Like she was a nurse or something? Did she take care of them?
no,
Or no?
uh,
Did she protect them?
no, she just cleared of mines the areas
Oh,
and
wow.
uh, uh, how to say, the the wells. Yeah, when the wells were mined, and she
Oh, wow.
yes, she just cleaned these wells of mines, and
Oh.
after that she moved to Moscow, and she started working at Kremlin in the service.
Oh.
Yes.
Huh?
She met all politicians of Russia, beginning from Stalin and resulting by Gorbachev. And well,
what was her job there?
after that she was retired. How to say?
Yeah, she
retired.
retired.
The pension, you know. Yes.
Yeah, retired. We say retired in the
Yes.
United States. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And she
Well,
worked in the Kremlin. What did she do?
at the service department, just how to say, keeping how to say, well, something like governor maybe, or
Oh, really? That's like what? So she was a politician. Was she a politician?
she's not a politician. I said that it was just a service department, only it was only about the how to say, cleaning the
okay. Yeah,
processes and so
yeah.
on.
Okay.
The control of these processes, and museums,
Okay.
the control of some museum objects and so on.
Okay, maybe she was like a manager or something.
Yes, and my grandfather met her at Kremlin too. He was like, well, how to say? He was, how to say? He was responsible for electrical engineering, maybe.
Okay. At the
In
Kremlin?
Kremlin. Yes, for example, Kremlin clocks, and he managed the control of these clocks and programmable way to control them, and the electricity and the some complicated things like control of how to say, the protection or
security system maybe,
security
or something
system,
like that.
yeah, all these stuff of things, yeah.
Okay.
And
wow.
my mother don't would agree with grandmother about working in Kremlin, and she tried to get the other career, and
Okay.
I don't remember how it translates in English. In the nature conversation, like nature conservation
Uh-huh.
area.
Okay, so she was
Yeah.
interested in conservation. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
She didn't want to go into the government. Is that right?
Yes, the government departments
Okay.
were responsible for the cleaning of the water,
Oh, I see.
the big
Uh-huh.
masses of water in the
Yes.
city. How to say? For the gutters, for cesspits,
Yes.
for sewages, and so on. All these
Okay.
infrastructure.
Wow.
And
Yeah. Well, the Kremlin's huge.
and my father, he is a teacher of music, and he's
Uh-huh.
a conductor, yeah.
Yes.
How
Conductor.
to say
Uh-huh.
conductor,
Of an
conductor
orchestra or something?
of choir, woman choir,
Chorus. Oh, a chorus. A
chorus.
choir.
Uh-huh.
Choir, we could
Yeah.
say. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Cool.
Well, this is my family.
Nice. Yeah, nice. And so, that's what the Kremlin looks like? Is that the Kremlin?
No.
That's that must be in Las Vegas. That's the Kremlin Palace.
Kremlin Palace photo. It's a Kremlin Palace photo.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. But that's what the Kremlin looks like right there.
Well,
That's
the
the
Kremlin.
real Kremlin.
Yes.
Yeah, which part is the Kremlin exactly? Like the part with the green roof?
There's a red walls, and there's a it is a border of the Kremlin, and well, for example, my grandfather worked in this big building. It's it's an arsenal.
Yeah.
And on the right side, it's the Senate, the government position.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's
government building.
that's still where the government is now? Right
What?
there still? Is the government still housed in that building right there?
Yes, it's like White House.
Okay, just like the White House. Okay.
For the important meetings, important conversation with different participants of the worldwide community, different presidents of the countries. But in different, it's a main residence of the president, and I don't think that he's very often in the exist. How to say?
He's not usually there?
Yes, I just trying to find out the word. Staying and in this wall in this place, he's moving throughout the country.
Okay. And, yeah, traveling around and moving to different.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
for example,
Russia's a big place. Yeah.
And so.
Sure. Yeah. Wow. It looks kind of like a storybook picture. You know, it's very storybook. Do you know what I mean?
A storybook.
When I say that, yeah, looks like a picture from a children's storybook or something. It's very nice. You know, with the red walls, and it's fancy. Looks nice. Yeah, very colorful.
Have you pronounced it like storybook?
Yeah, storybook. Yeah.
Because stories for children. Yeah.
Stories for children. Yeah. Yeah, but we use that word. It's a special word, like a storybook. You could say it looks like a storybook fantasy or something. It just means from a children's book. But it looks like a fancy home
Well,
castle, you know.
it was
Yeah.
rebuilt several times
Oh.
because of wars, the First
Uh-huh.
World War, and consequences of these wars,
Sure.
and the Civil War, and after that, the war between the
Yeah.
intervention and
Sure. Yeah,
uh,
there's a long history there.
mhm.
Mustafa, let me see if Mustafa's back. Mustafa, is your microphone working now? Hmm.
Mhm.
Not working. Okay. Okay, let's go back to Raquel. We'll have time for some more questions here. So Raquel, another common question people always ask is, what do you do for a living? Do you work? Are you a student? So what is it that you're doing lately? What do you do?
I'm teaching now.
Oh,
I
really?
yes,
There
I
are a
used to.
lot of teachers from Spain on Verbling nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know, but the point that I used to work in a multinational company in the marketing
Yeah.
and communication department, but I quit,
Oh.
and then I came back to my origins, and because I studied literature at university, and then I
Uh-huh.
have started to become a teacher. That was something I always wanted to do when I was a
Uh-huh.
child.
Nice. So what do you teach?
Language and literature,
Okay,
Spanish,
to
Spanish language and literature.
Spanish language and literature. And how old are your students?
They are teenagers.
Oh, okay. So you teach at the high school.
Yes,
Do you teach in a public school or a private school?
private school.
Oh, okay. Yes, I had another student from Spain in the last class that I taught earlier today, and she is a teacher in Madrid in a high
Mm.
school, but a public teacher. And she says she has to change schools like every year. They change
Ah,
her. But
because
she said that if you teach in a private school, you don't do that.
well,
Is that true
yes, because
for you?
if you want to be a teacher in in a public school, you need to pass an
Yeah.
exam, and it usually
Yes, she
takes
did that.
several trials to pass it. And in the
Mm-hmm.
meantime, you are just in an interim position, and it means that
Uh-huh.
everywhere there is a free seat, you can go.
Okay. Yeah. How long have you been teaching?
Well, I started 3 months ago because
Oh,
before I
just
was
3 months.
working in the marketing area.
Right, right, right. And how are you liking it?
Well, it's becoming harder than I thought because
Mm-hmm.
I think that from the outside, everybody thinks that teaching is easy, that you have to
Mm-hmm.
go there and just explain things, and but you need a lot of further preparation, previous
Mm.
preparation, and
Sure. Uh-huh.
yes, and also dealing with groups of 30 people is not so easy, and especially because the age
Yes.
is quite complicated as well.
Yeah, yes. Yes. How many different classes do you have in a day?
I have some days I have 5, some other days I have 6 hours classes.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's sorry.
what is your favorite book to share with your students for Spanish literature?
Okay, well, if I for sure I love classics, the
Uh-huh.
classics like Cervantes, but for
Uh-huh.
me my favorite writer is Garcia Lorca.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
As you know him, is a
Yes.
playwright and poet who was
Uh-huh.
living at the beginning of the 20th century.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so you do Spanish. Do you do also literature from other Spanish-speaking countries? or
Not
just
some,
from Spain?
no, mainly Spanish literature. We also refer in some courses. We also refer to Latin American literature, Vargas Llosa, Garcia Marquez, of course, but especially the Spanish literature. Yes.
Okay, nice, cool. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. And let's go to hi Adela. How are you doing? Adela.
Hello, hello.
Hey, how are you doing? So Adela,
Fine,
we're
thanks.
just we're talking, and people have already gone around and told us about their family, and then we started talking about jobs. So Raquel was just telling us that she's a teacher now. You're also a teacher, is that right?
Yes, I am biologist, but yes, I am biologist, but I work as a teacher in a vocational training school in forestry management.
How long have you been doing that?
A lot of years.
A lot of years.
24 years.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yes.
24 years. Wow.
Yes.
Do you like it?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
nice.
a long time.
Yeah. Do you get to go out of the classroom and into the field? We say take like field trips and just go to the forest or something, or do you mostly just teach inside the building?
I teach in the countryside in the classroom because they are this is a vocational training. It's possible
so it's like hands-on.
to practice in the forestry to identify the plants, etc.
Sure. What region of Spain do you go to study that?
Sorry, what?
What area of Spain are they?
I'm in Valencia, near to Mediterranean Sea.
Oh, okay. So is there like a forest area nearby?
More or less, they are the different mountains. It's not very important area. It's not Pyrenees or another mountain, but it's important because it's necessary to protect the forest for the fire forestry. The fires is important. The protection, environment protection.
Is it protecting forests that are wild forests? Like, is it a national park or something, or are these forests?
My school, for example, is in a natural park, but it's an area with near to the sea. This is important because it's a wet area. The birds in the migration stop in this area to relax, to continue the migration. Is important, this area. It's not a forestry area, but is
it like a wetlands area?
Yes, it's water, but it's not deep. It's
that's probably the wetlands type.
Yes, I think.
Yeah. When she's talking, I'm just finding pictures of Valencia. Looks pretty nice there. That's a famous building right there. I've seen that before. Wow.
Yes. This is Albufera. My school is in Albufera, in Valencia.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow. Cool. Okay. And Paul, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do for work?
Well, I am one of the co-founders of a small startup in the educational area. It's a social
Nice.
network, and I'm developing it.
Uh-huh.
I'm a software developer by my profession, by my
Mhm.
occupation, is it more correct to say. Well, in the Ruby on Rails, if you know this language. It's a
Yes.
scripting
I
language.
wish I knew it. I wish I knew it, but I know of it.
Yeah, because it's really popular among the startuppers who
Yeah.
want to run their services quickly, much
Yes.
quicker. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
no. I
Yes,
also
we were.
related with the
Go ahead.
software, IT sphere. You know this
Uh-huh.
because
No.
yeah. Okay. No.
No, I don't know that one. What is it? IT sphere?
Uh-huh. Because I surprised that you're a teacher. You know about something about the programming languages, modern programming
Yeah.
languages, because it's different. Well, from the other side, it's not quite interesting because it's also languages. Doesn't matter in what
Yeah.
area, in programming or natural languages
Right.
and so forth.
Yeah. Yeah, I know how to do some website stuff, but more just HTML and a little
Oh.
CSS and that kind of stuff, but not really programming so much like, JavaScript or, Ruby on Rails or something. So,
Well, but it's
yeah.
pretty simple because the programming layers get more and more abstract, and you can
Yes.
program. Uh, get your code simpler and simpler because of
Mhm.
high levels, high level layers, and
Yeah,
just
framework. Yeah.
get rid
Like
of
this guy.
some details. Yes, unnecessary details.
So have you read the book Rework?
Rework? Oh no.
Yeah.
What is it about?
That's by the guy who created Ruby on Rails.
Ah, okay, no,
Yeah.
I haven't read the book.
Yeah. Yesterday in one of my classes, we were reading an excerpt from it. So you can check it out. It might be interesting for you.
Jason Fried. He created the Rails framework.
Yes. Ruby on Rails. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. One of the guys. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
what's your project that you're working on?
Well, the first project is a social network, and the second project is a recommendational system.
Oh,
It's an
okay.
aggregator which gather the information from the other aggregators and is trying to recommend you some of them that would be appropriate for you.
Hmm. What is it? Are you doing a social network thing that's all in Russian?
No, our goal is a global market. No,
Oh,
we don't.
okay.
We're not concerned on the Russian market because it's stupid to not to ban
Yeah.
to bond the project to the only one area. It's the way to get your project dead, or how to say it more correctly, to kill your project.
Yeah.
Uh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Today is a global world. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we have some more minutes here, so why don't we hear from Godfried? Godfried, I know a little bit right now that you are studying in Canada.
Sure.
How long are you going to be studying in Canada?
4 years.
Oh my gosh.
4 years.
Wow. Why so long? How much do you have to learn?
A lot of
Are you
things.
doing research or just learning?
No, research.
Research. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. But
Yeah.
When I get my degree from my country, I work in several projects. One is, I think the most important is this.
Oh, you said yes. 37 Signals. I knew about this book. Yeah, that 37 Signals published something, but I haven't read it. Just for nurses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I just looked on the domain name and.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so what is this? This is a bridge?
Yes, it's a bridge between the mountains. One of the largest I think it's the largest in Latin in Mid America. I don't know how to say Central America. And also, well, the rest of America, not including the United States and Canada.
Okay.
The biggest.
So you could say south of the U.S., the largest bridge south of the U.S. Yeah.
Yes.
So where is this bridge?
It's between two Mexican states in Sinaloa, and Durango. It's in the mountains. Yes. Yes.
And it's a bridge for people to drive across, or is it for resources like oil and things like this? Or
no, it's a highway. It's a highway.
It's a highway.
Yes.
And you're gonna work on this bridge?
I work in this bridge now. It's actually complete.
You worked on it. Okay.
Yes. Well, the bridge is complete, but the highway is not finished yet because there are so many tunnels. One of the tunnels is very huge. It's 2 kilometers inside of the mountain, so it's a very large tunnel.
Yeah, wow, that's a big, that's a real big drop from the bridge down.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. This is 500 meters, the height of the bridge. There is a small river.
It's the river, yeah. Well, the mountains are very steep.
Yes. Many regions in my country are very steep, as you said.
Yeah.
That is
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting how they build that little bit at a time.
Yes.
Wow. Cool. That's a Chinese bridge. All right. And I think, let's see, Claudio, I know that you are studying right now. Tell me again where you are, because I'm going to look it up.
I'm in Valparaiso. Yeah, it has street view. Valparaiso.
Yeah, you were saying something, I think, to Narelle about that there's some kind of documentary in French that was made about Valparaiso. Is that
yeah,
right?
because this city was very important actually before the construction of the Panama Channel, the Panama, how do you call
Canal.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Canal.
Panama Canal.
Panama Canal, yeah, because it was the only main port in the Pacific Ocean down here. So in order to cross between the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans, you have to travel all around Chile and to the bottom of the world. Yeah.
Right.
And you have to you were obliged to stop here in Valparaiso.
Okay. And it also is known as one of the most colorful cities because of all of these painted houses, lots of colors.
Yeah, and the city is built up on hills, so you have to travel in elevators or so-called elevators, because they're not actually elevators; they are in the diagonal.
Like, you mean when you're walking or something, or?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, and you have car roads, and they're almost vertical.
Oh my gosh! Wow,
Yes.
must be hard to ride your bike around there.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, and I had the bad experience to try to drive a car down a hill, up a
Oh my
hill. I
gosh!
mean.
Yeah, San Francisco is like that too.
Oh yeah.
Similar to, yeah, very up hills like this. Like this picture could be San Francisco too. You go up a hill like that and then turn and keeps going up and keeps winding up and up and up. Yeah,
Mhm.
San Francisco is very steep in some places.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is a beautiful city.
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm. Is it expensive to live there because it's near the water, or no?
No,
No.
quite the opposite. It's actually,
Okay.
well,
It's
Chile.
affordable.
It's a little expensive in comparison to the rest of Latin America, but it is still not that expensive.
Yeah.
Affordable, as you
Yeah.
say.
San Francisco has this too, like the steps down so that you don't just slide down.
Mm-hmm.
Because
And
of
lots
the
of street art. Yeah,
uh-huh. Yeah,
and
yeah.
tourists love them.
A lot of tourists, yeah. Okay. Oh, whoops. I don't know if people were seeing that because I didn't click on my thing. Cool.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that documentary in French. Yeah,
Can you find it on like YouTube or something, or Vimeo
in
or
Vimeo, yeah.
Vimeo? Oh, okay.
You
I'll
go
look it up.
to Valparaiso with,
Okay.
with, with like
Yeah.
this.
Cool. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's very nice if you're trying to learn French.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
you
Well,
will enjoy it.
I could say that I could kill two birds with one stone. I'll practice my French, and I can learn something new about Chile.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
it
good.
has Spanish closed captions,
Oh,
so
well, there
you
you go.
will
I
practice
can do that too.
your Spanish.
Spanish,
Yeah.
French, and Chile. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right, guys. Well, we finished off another hour of classes. It's always fun to, for me anyways, to do these fun conversation classes because you guys get to talk a little bit about yourselves and we get to learn a little more about you and where you live and the things that happen in your life, which is, to me, it's interesting. So I hope it's interesting for everybody else to listen to everybody talk because it actually happens that on Verbling, we have quite a few, you guys show up to a lot of classes, so maybe some of you are getting to know each other also outside of class or, connecting, so that's kind of fun as well. Have a good rest of your day. Some of you are, Paul? Where are you? What time is it there? 3 a.m.?
Well, 3 a.m.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know how to help you. You got to go to bed.
Yes. I'm ready in the bed.
Yeah, go to bed. Okay. Everybody else have a good evening and take care, and I'll see you another time. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye. And do you all live in the same town?
Well, one of them lives 60 kilometers away from where I live. He lives in Madrid, so it's only 60 kilometers. Yes, and we see each other. We see one another very often. Yeah.
And everybody else lives. You have a lot of what?
Yes, we all live in the same town. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What town do you live in Spain?
Well, it's a very small town. It's very close to Madrid.
Oh, okay.
In the city center. I'm sure you have never heard about it. I'm sure. It's really small. And what else? I can tell you that okay, unfortunately, my parents are ill now, so that's something that has linked the family more closely, and that's why we see each other. Can I say we see one another very often because we usually meet at my parents, and we see there. We meet her to take care of especially my mother. She has Alzheimer, so. Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Does she still live though at home, at her home?
Yes, we have people taking care of her.
Oh, I see.
Around the clock service, but she's at home. Yes, at the moment she's.
And so you have 6 brothers and sisters, and you're the youngest, or you have 5 brothers and sisters?
I have 4 brothers and 1 sister. We are 6.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. And so when you get together, do you get together for Christmas? And do you always meet at your parents' house?
Well, for Christmas, if you mean Christmas, we usually meet at. Thank you, and you, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. We're just getting started with the class, and I have to keep clearing my throat. So we're talking about being healthy, and has everybody been healthy this winter? Have you been pretty healthy this winter?
Yes, fortunately I'm quite healthy in general, that's true. Although I don't look after me very much, I'm lucky.
Yeah, that's nice. Yes. Well, I have 3 kids, and we have a lot of friends around, so sometimes it's easy to give each other, like, we get coughs and things, with all the kids. So,
yeah. That's a miracle that you survive.
Yeah. Mustafa, how are you? Mustafa, are you there? Looking at the picture, it's very pretty. Water. Mustafa, I'm not hearing you, so if you are talking, your microphone is not muted, but maybe there's something. I hear something. Maybe your connection or something, or headphones, or it's kind of making a weird sound. You could try refreshing your page and going out of the Google Hangouts and then coming back in. Sometimes that helps. Okay, well, so today for this hour, we're going to be just having an informal conversation, and I'm going to be asking some general questions that are very common for people to ask you when they're getting to know you, if they're your friends, and just, normal things like, how you've been and what you like to do. So I'm going to start off with asking everybody to tell me a little bit about their families. So that's always a topic of conversation, and you've probably had this practice before, but it's always a good idea to keep practicing how you say these types of things. Sometimes you might want to add some more details to give people more information to keep the conversation going, and sometimes you don't need as many details. But here, for the class, for the purposes of the class, it's good if you can kind of give a little bit longer answer. So that helps you to be able to speak a little bit longer, and then that way when you're having a conversation, it doesn't seem so much like an interrogation, so that I'm just asking you a lot of questions. But if I ask some questions and then you take a while to answer, then we get more information, and it's more fun that way. So Raquel, how about I start with you? Why don't you tell us a little bit about your family? So for example, that can mean anything. So I don't know what situation you're in. Are you married? Do you have kids? Do you live at home? But you can tell me what you want to tell me about your family.
Okay, I'm single, but I belong to a very closely knit family. We are 6 children, and I'm the youngest of all of them.
Wow, you're the baby.
Yes, I am the spoiled one. And I am spoiled, I have to admit. I have to confess, yes. I am. I was, I am, and I will be. And nice. We are now, let's say, more or less 23, 24 people in the family, because my brothers and sister, my siblings, they all have children, and my nephews and nieces have started to go out with people. So now the fiancés are coming to our parties and our dinners. So it's like when we meet together, we are around 25 people.
Wow.
And tomorrow we have a meal together, all together. And we are, let's say, 24 people because there is one missing.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lisa, and I live in Washington State in the United States. And I am one of the English teachers here on Verbling.com. And in this hour, I'm going to be having an English conversation class. So if you are interested in practicing your speaking skills in English, you can join the class by clicking on the Join Class button. So the Join Class button is just right up above the video that you see when you are on the Verbling.com classes page. So you will see whatever class is, excuse me, you will see whatever class is currently happening, whichever one is happening right now, and we switch at this time. So at the end of every hour, there's a teacher or two or three that is just finishing up. So each teacher finishes up their class, and then another teacher or two or three, they start their classes. So I'm starting a new class right now because it is, well, for me, it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon on Saturday. So for you, it's probably a different time. But so yeah, so this hour is going to be a conversation class. So you are going to have a chance to practice your speaking. We will be having an informal conversation class where we're just going to talk about the everyday things that people talk about when they get together. So we're going to talk about families, hobbies, things that we like to do, food, things like that. They're usually fun things to talk about. So if you would like to join, just click on the Join Class button and join me and also now Godfried. Hi, Godfried. How are you doing? Hi, Godfried.
Oh, hi, fine, thank you. I was having a little connection problems because it is. I think it's a little bit delayed.
Is it delayed a little bit?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And hi there, Laura. How are you?
I'm fine, Lisa. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing well, except for having a little bit of a, like my throat is making me cough. I had a cold for like 3 weeks and it was coughing a lot. And even still, it's not like 100% better. If I'm talking a lot, then my voice gets a little scratchy and have to swallow and, you know. How have you been? Have you been healthy this winter so far?
Well, it's going fine. Yep.
Yeah. In Spain, do a lot of people get sick around this time? Because I'm asking because I've noticed here in my neighborhood and in my town, a lot of people have had this kind of just cough with congestion and things like that.
Flu.
Not so much the flu, like luckily not really the flu, but just more like coughing a lot and just kind of not feeling 100%, you know. But yeah, some people have had the flu. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very common here.
Yeah, common there. So, and what about you, Godfried? In Canada, where you are you staying healthy?
Yes, sure.
Sure. You make it sound like it's easy.
I don't remember the last time I was sick. So
really?
It has been many years without flu or thing like that.
That's nice.
Even
what's your secret?
No, I don't know. Maybe I get a strong defenses back in Mexico because there are a lot of people in there. So I'm not sure about it, but I think the weather here is very nice.
Well, good. And hi there, Rocco. How are you?
Fine.